Welcome. I'm Halcyon, and this is the Hug Nation broadcast. Today, I want to talk about lessons from a botched good deed. Long story short, I tried to do something nice for a homeless friend. Gave her a ride to her mailbox and tried to get her some clothes. Mailbox was closed. Couldn't find the clothes that she needed. All this effort that was already kind of making me uncomfortable to give people rides in my car with social distancing. I'm now uncomfortable about this whole process, and step after step after step, it's just not going well. And she's just innocently saying, like, well, what day next week will work to try to do this again? And I didn't handle it well, and it didn't feel good. And so when I eventually dropped her off and tried to process all this, I've come to a few lessons from what went wrong. How did I botch this attempt to do a good deed? Number one, I was attached to outcome. I wanted everything to go a certain way, and when things didn't, I lost my cool. I was unhappy. Clearly, attachment to outcome. It's always a problem, but it definitely was in this situation. Number two, I didn't set clear boundaries for Olivia. So when she made additional requests, I kind of waffled, and I started to resent her for asking additional things. I fell into my people pleaser mode where I didn't want to upset her. I wanted her to be happy. And so rather than me just saying no, I let the people pleaser push me farther into places that I was uncomfortable. Three, I wasn't clear with myself about where my boundaries were. I realized that I did not have a clear boundary about social distancing or physical distancing. I generally am trying to act in a way that is responsible as a participant in this cultural solution, the official solution. But there are things that have kind of been at the edge that, because I wasn't clear, I participated in, and then it didn't feel good. I was invited to go on a walk at the beach, and while technically legal, there was people out, and it made me uncomfortable. And so I was not fully a yes, and then had anxiety, and that anxiety came out in the experience and eventually just ruined it. And the same thing happened here, where because I didn't say no, but I was not a full yes, I participated and my anxiety came out and ruined the experience. 4, I lost the whole concept of why I was gifting. It wasn't about giving a thing that then when that thing did not work out, everything is ruined. The whole point of gifting is to look for opportunities to help, to be unattached to outcome, to not expect anything in return. And by me feeling like I was responsible for solving these problems, that is a very different thing than being of service in a state of gifting without expectation. 5, because I lost track of why I was gifting, when it didn't go right, I got irritated. And then I was aware that I was irritated, and I was less than compassionate with this person. So the whole point in the first place was try to do a kindness to this individual, and I lost track of all of that. And when it didn't go right, I was frustrated and a little terse with her, and didn't provide the very basics of what I was there to do, which was to be someone who cares. I should say that she was never, rude to me. She never complained. She simply made additional requests that I had every right to say no to. And 6, as I look back, I realized that I was using her to soothe aspects of guilt. Whether it was guilt that I didn't get to do First Saturdays, whether it was deeper guilt about my privilege, guilt about, I am thriving in this environment and feeling like I need to find some way to help people that are struggling. And so I was using her, and then when that didn't work out and it didn't go have this, oh, you're such a nice person, savior you, then I got super frustrated. And then that frustration just compounded on itself because I'm like, I'm not a very nice person. And I wasted all this time. And now I'm not acting nice as it's happening. I know that gifting does not work when it comes from guilt or shame. I know that it is more effective, it is magical only when it comes from that place of connection and love. And I lost track of that. I should say that I was in communication with Olivia the next day, and all is well. I've got a new cart that's being delivered tomorrow. I've got some pants for her that were donated by neighbors and friends far away who were sent them in the mail. And we are on chipper terms, and I'm looking forward to a chance to try again later this week. Really, the takeaways for me are: 1, boundaries. Need to be clear on my boundaries to her and to myself. 2, I need to gift without attachment. And 3, if I say yes to something, I need to commit to it and do it with my all. Otherwise, I need to say no. So, it was a challenging experience, and maybe that's why it was so valuable. Luckily, I have burned no bridges, I have hurt no feelings, I have damaged no spirits or emotions. I have simply not had the experience I wanted. Isn't that always the case? You don't get the experience that you want. You get the experience you need. Thanks, universe. And thank you. I love you. And if you would, join me to hug, as we're doing twice a day. Grab yourself by the shoulders. If there's someone near you, grab them so that you can feel a human body. And as you feel that body, imagine it's mine. And it's the people that you've encountered this week on Zoom calls or phone calls or on TV. Anyone you've experienced them in your mind, let yourself experience their physical sense right now. Squeeze them and hold them. And then as you feel those arms squeezing you, let them be my arms, their arms. And squeeze and feel a part of this embrace, this symbolic connection that is not alone. It is united. It is connected. It is a place beyond time and space, a place of intention, of heart. And in that place, let's take 3 breaths together, in through the nose and out through the mouth, just pulsing as one being. In. On behalf of Grandpa Caleb, Larry Harvey, and all the love warriors, happy Hug Nation. I love you. Join us every day at 12 and 6 Pacific time for Hug Nation gatherings. If you would like to help me financially, personally, and with my work with the homeless, you can do so at my Patreon at patreon.com/halcyon. And if you would like to just make me happy, hit like, subscribe, or just smile as you walk through the world. Even under a mask, it makes a difference.